Hello, welcome to our JS AI Build-a-Thon. Today we're here to introduce week 6. I'm on my own this today, which is morning here in the US, evening in India, and we've got participants from all around the world. Our big challenge right now, and this is where we need everybody's help, is to make sure everybody's moving through the challenges, moving through the quests, does not have questions, and we're here to keep the motivation, build community, and answer questions. So we have the Teachable, we have the WhatsApp, there's the Discord, there's lots of places to go to bring your questions, and we just want to, and there's here. So last time we had a great conversation. So if you have questions, if you want to introduce yourself in the chat, that is what we're here for. And these dates that are on this are not the end of each quest, it's actually the beginning of each quest. So you're not behind. I'm actually kind of still working my way through at the very beginning, and it's okay. They're fun. I actually find I'm spending a lot more time because of all the additional resources and the things that I can play with that I was like, oh, I had no idea. That's so cool. So there is some really fun stuff in there for you to explore. The thing about the way it's set up is that the challenges build on each other. So what you accomplish in quest 1, you'll apply in quest 2. What you build in quest 2, you'll apply to quest 3. So it is a little hard to kind of just pick at them to say, oh, I'm really the most interested in building agents. You still have to go back to the beginning to do all the steps that are going to give you the tools to get you there. But I'm finding that the steps, the instructions are super clear. And if you need more instructions, you can use Copilot, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Claude or any other AI tool that can help you if there's anything that you're like, well, explain this to me more, I don't understand, or what am I doing with this piece of code. It's all there. But as I've gone through the instructions, they are super clear, although sometimes just it takes a minute just to understand. Like, for example, like I'll just use the quest 1 as an example. Like in the beginning, there's just like, it'll say insert this code, and there's a screenshot of the code. And I remember I first thought, I was like, wait, where is this code? But then when I kind of really looked at the screenshot, it was like, oh, that code is inside the GitHub playground. Hey, Demir, great to see you. So it was just kind of like, once I understood where, and the code was readily able to be copied and pasted, and it was all very clear. It just takes a second. So Demir, I'm going to ask you, where are you in your quest? How far have you gotten? Today's task is to introduce challenge 6, but we're finding that many people aren't there yet, or not, so we want to just really motivate everybody to get to. Did anyone get this exception trying to compare two models? Import model client from Azure REST AI. Let me actually pull your question onto the screen so we can see it. Did anyone get this exception trying to compare two models? I did not. That said, I will say in that I spent so much time playing with the different models and asking them questions. I probably spent like over an hour doing that because I was just fascinated by the different models and just my ability to ask them questions and get different in just how they responded kind of differently. So I was not actually using the compare two models feature. So that's a great question. I would actually bring both of those questions. Did anyone get this exception trying to compare two models? Failed to chat stream model, GitHub error, the model is not connected. Did not get that, but we could certainly look at it. I have everything up in my own account, so I can, let's try it. I don't mind live streaming this right now and just seeing what we can troubleshoot and see if I can do it. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and then we can go through it, see what we get. I'm going to share my entire screen. You see I have a million tabs open, but I'm going to do that just because I want to make sure that if I move, you can follow me. Okay, so here I am. So we've got, this is the sketch. Okay, here we are. Located in JS. So you're right here. You're in the two models. Let's see, check your GitHub models, free quota. Okay, I'll just go into the top of the sort of model part of it. Okay, so select a model. Did that. This is just where I had so much fun playing. I was asking it all sorts of questions. README. Actually, just to be clear, like all these tabs, if you can see that I have tabs open at the top, all of those were actually the responses that I was getting that I was saving because I was just curious. Because I use a couple of them, but these were ones that I don't use in my normal AI tools. So license, evaluation, training parameters, instruct, the models, token usage. I definitely maxed out my token usage. Before going further, on the right side of the playground, switch from details to parameter to see the available parameters. So you can adjust the behavior. We did that. Parameters, let's see. Okay, compare. How do models compare across different prompts and parameters? Provides compare features, allowing you to compare the performance of different models on the same prompt. This is used for understanding respond to the same input and help you choose the best model for a specific use case. Click the compare button in the top right of the playground. So, not sure. Okay, I don't need that. Don't need that. Where do I have? I think I just might have to go back and open it again. Okay. Click on the compare. Select the models you want to compare from this list of available models from the dropdown. This will open a chat UI for the selected models side by side, and your prompts will be sent to both models. Oh, okay, cool. In the example, compare the performance of the reasoning model, understand the strengths and limitations. All right, let's see how we do there. Okay, so select a model. I was using Pi 4 quite a bit, but let's compare that to Llama. Let's say instruct. Okay, so now we've got two models. I was actually asking it to help me with some course things. So one of the projects that I'm working on is some guidance for gold to MVP. So let's say design a course for MLSA data and gold to get to MVP. That's for Microsoft. Okay, let's see how it does. There we go. All right, so I didn't seem to have any issues with this comparison. So I'm going to come back to you, Damar. Did that help? And I will stop sharing. And I'll come back to. So did that help? Because I didn't get an issue with that compare feature. So hopefully that answered the question. Or I'm not sure maybe where you were putting in the code on that. Anyways, that seemed to work when I was comparing the two models. So let me kind of know your experience on that. If there's, again, any other questions, we're here to kind of unblock them and keep you moving forward. So I was back to, yeah, so anyways, so that's what I want. So today, there's no more questions on any of these first few quests, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to jump in and do a just an intro on 6, so that we can kind of, just kind of introduce what 6 is about today. So let's, let me just share my screen. Share screen. And let's see, share. Okay. So here we are. So our activity, how it works. So we're on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to explore frameworks. Okay, and then you go to create, as in the same in all of them. Give it a moment. There it is. And there's the new README. Okay. So we have the prerequisites. Oh, you know what? I think as you still have me on finishing my 1, it's just taking me back to 1. So I'm not actually prepared to do this. Our friend Ariane was the one who prepared that. So I can't even introduce that today. What I will do is, I think I've got to move forward further on these. So you'll see where I am. So like I'm literally on finishing my quest 1. So you're not alone if you're still on quest 1. But it's not actually letting me go forward. It just bounces me back to the beginning to where I left off. So now I understand that's a really good thing that Ariane's been like going ahead on all of them and checking out if there's any bugs or any questions that he has or anything, so he can sort of unblock those. So if you're coming into quest 6, I'm just going to say for this moment, use the WhatsApp. He's managing that and answering questions. Use the Discord channel, which is kind of the everyone, and we have our own channel in there. And those are going to be the best ways to kind of unblock that. So I can't even introduce 6 because you actually see exactly where I am in my journey. And I'm like literally finishing. So my goals for today is to get through like 1, 2, and 3. So when we back tomorrow, I can start talking about 4. It'll allow me to share 4, but it won't, I can't apparently show more than I've actually done. So with that, let's see, there should be some other resources that are available. I'll double check all the resources and put them into the StreamYard, the Teachable, so that if you go to on all of the supporting blogs and videos that they've given us for each quest, I'll update that. So that's all there. So you can review those as well, because they do a pretty good job of giving us supporting materials for each quest. So I'm going to, just answer any other questions. Demir, hopefully I answered your questions about the error when you were trying to compare the 2 models. It worked for me, but again, maybe you can, like I said, try different models, so see what works for you there. Are there any other questions while we're here and we're live? And like I said, I apologize that I can't get you to 6 just yet, but I can only get you there when I get there, or I have my other co-host join me on the live stream. So just leave it for a second. Okay, I'm not seeing any more follow-up on that, so I'm just gonna say if you have anything else you guys want to add to this. But Demir, I'm really happy to see that you kind of are at where I'm at, which is like, hey, let's just get started. Let's get this done. I'm having, like I said, so much fun as I was playing with them, because again, I'm looking to design some of these courses. I found it really kind of fun to sort of take these questions into these models and see what they could come up with and how they differed on these different topics. So I'm just gonna, like I said, leave it for another moment. If you guys have questions, pop them in the chat. Otherwise, I'll look forward to seeing you on our other channels. We just want to motivate all of you guys to, have fun with this. Use it as a community building opportunity. We have an amazing community, so it's a great opportunity to get to know others in this process, and just really really cool AI tools. And I feel like what I'm seeing, I'll be applying in many other aspects of my projects. So I'll wrap it up for today and look forward to seeing you guys all next time. Thanks.